Hello, this is Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. Thank you for joining me for Module 3 of Hacking the Vote. This is titled High Tech Hacks. These are hacks that can be done to our voting systems that are sophisticated high-tech hacks that no one wants to admit happen. Now, you may have seen my work previously where I presented to the Georgia Senate Subcommittee on Election Integrity. So you understand my background in understanding this. I'm one of the few people that has their patent portfolio licensed to almost every mobile device in the world. These are some of the corporations that use my technology. Let's continue on with the lie that our machines are not connected to the internet. Now, we covered this in Module 2, but I want to go into it a little bit deeper here. If you look at the actual voting systems manuals, you will find there is quite a bit of contradictory information, such as this one. It says the client's PC computers running the EMS client applications are connected to the network. Now, if you understand these manuals, then you're able to understand where everything connects. If you have these blueprints, if you're a hacker or somebody who is interested in disrupting the vote, then you know exactly where to hack in the buildings and or the systems. These are open, published documents. As you can see here, if you understand where certain things happen, like if you just left off a ballot barcode, then you couldn't do the signature check. Why do we have some of these ballots, like we talked about earlier, in Democrat areas that actually have zero tracking? It's because these type of schematics are available on the internet. The more machines involved, the more the system can be compromised. Let's look deeper. How about the lobbyist hack? What you're looking at here is during the Senate runoff in Georgia, the actual Wi-Fi, you see it on the left where it says Cobb Guest, Cobb Hotspot, totally unsecured. Now, this is where people were voting at the Cobb County Library. Now, it seems kind of innocuous that this would be an issue. However, if you look to the far right, you'll find that this little sign was on the door stating, "Is this your polling place?" And your job is to check to see if this is where I am to vote. Now, of course, at the bottom, it says use of cell phones inside the polling place is prohibited, but this sign is exactly at the door of the polling place. These places are not very secure. Now, if you look at the center that I have highlighted, there's a very simple television right there in the public library. You can see a picture of it. However, what most people don't know is this particular television set or monitor comes from China. It is on our NSA watch list and do not use list for a espionage device because they know these devices are easily compromised. Well, let's take a look at this device in the Cobb Library. Sure enough, you can see it has its own hidden network. And if you understand how to get in, then you can actually see where these things are communicating to. Let's take another look at a sophisticated hack. How about the out of sight, out of mind hack? Here is another polling place. And as you see on the left, you see actually the ballots being collected. But on the back wall, you see a thermostat. Now, these thermostats have always been known that if they're a smart thermostat, to be compromisable in systems. You again can find how to connect and what the basic passwords are if you just have the manual to the thermostat. In this particular location, we had somebody monitoring this nefarious activity. She was able to go in using software we provided, and as you can see to the right, these thermostats, new thermostat 9E2 and 5F4, were completely unsecured. Now, this is her actual affidavit, but no courts acted on it. We wonder why, because in this out of sight, out of mind hack, this device was communicating directly to China. That is why any device open is a compromise in the system. Here's another hack. It's called the election observer hack. This is a sophisticated hack because what it takes is somebody there under the premise of being an election observer, And what they do in their backpacks that they bring in is they have the ability to attack while inside. Remember, buildings shield Wi-Fi, and you'll see some outside the building. If you can get to any one of them outside or right near the building, you can hop into the building. These are rather sophisticated hacks that happen. Here's another overlooked one. The disability machines themselves, which are attachments that enable certain voters to vote on these machines. They are a full-blown computer. They have their own computing power, their own modems. Most people don't realize, as an election official, that you can actually go get the app on Android or iTunes, and that's how a lot of these people vote. If you don't understand these hacks and how they can occur, all systems are compromised. And because there's so many, we've identified almost 100, you can see how all systems, if not protected, especially against IoT devices, any high-end, high-tech hack can be executed.